Welcome to NEO, the podcast non-expert opinion. I am the youngest father of rap, MC Moeblak, representing 1/3 of the team. Follow us on IG, TikTok at NEO the Pod, and on YouTube and Twitter at NEO the Podcast. Yes, I still say Twitter. It might be X, whatever. But welcome to the hip hop segment. This is the part of the show. This is the segment of the show where I will be reviewing old and new albums, old and new rap songs, and giving y'all my opinion, what I think is trash, what I think is fire, what I think can use adjustments, what I think is, can be okay, is okay to listen to, and, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's jump into it. I'm excited. Episode number 1 of the hip hop segment. We are giving our opinion on Will Smith, based on a true story, the album. He just dropped the album, first in 20 years. I'm gonna start off with my rating. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. The album is definitely, you can listen to it. It's something you can listen to. You may not want to listen to it again, but it's something you can listen to through. It definitely has some skips for me. Yeah, and I'm gonna get more into that. But yeah, so that started off. He started off good. You know what I mean? I thought the intro was interesting. He started off with like a barbershop type conversation between, some people in the barbershop. There was Jazzy Jeff and B Simone and himself. And it was cool, you know what I'm saying? He had the different voices and they were just discussing like him. They were just discussing Will. And I thought that was a dope intro for this, based on a true story. I think, he could have definitely kept more with the times. Okay, even though it is an updated album and it has like updated sounds, because the production on this is great. And it's a very musical sounding album. To my understanding, this is like a hip hop rap album. So, with that being that, the production could have played more on it being a rap hip hop album. He went more so like musical Disney type, on the songs that followed the intro. So number 2 was You Looking For Me. That was pretty cool. That was pretty hip hop. It was cool. It was a cool number 2 track. It's whatever. You know what I mean? I think Will, even though he's able to flow, he's able to be on par with any rapper, but he still has that old school effect to him, and I think this kind of hurt him on this album, you know what I mean? So, and then he had like the skits with the Reverend, and 2 of them were cool, but one of them led into The Rave, which was number 3. And then number 4 was Rave in the Wasteland. These are songs where I'm talking about where I was saying that he could have kept off the rap hip hop album, because they sounded like more so like Disney musical. And it's interesting because in the intro he says, "Oh, what's his last movie?" One of the things they mentioned about talking about, and he's like, "What's his last movie?" He was like, "You didn't see Aladdin," and that's cool. But I didn't want Aladdin music on this. I didn't want Aladdin music on this rap hip hop album from Will Smith, first one back in 20 years. And that's what he kind of gave us. The next song is Bulletproof. It's the same thing. Like, same type of music. That good music sounds good. You know what I'm saying? You can bob to it, but I feel like he went from hip hop to Disney too fast, and he didn't mesh it well. Like, he didn't combine the 2 elements well, and it didn't play well. Other songs like that would be First Love, which is like the Hispanic love, with the Hispanic song with India Martinez, and that was cool, but again, just not for this. You know what I'm saying? Not for this. To Make It Look Easy was more like the Afro beats, yeah. It's like, and I understood where he was going with that, keeping up with the times and everything, but it didn't hit for me. Maybe he suffered from the writing. Maybe it was the beat. It didn't feel authentic. And I didn't see where it added to his story. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. The song didn't hit for me. The songs that did hit for me were Hard Times with Tiana Taylor, Beautiful Scars with Big Sean, Tantrum with Joyner Lucas, and Work of Art with Jaden. And he had like, oh yeah, the You Can Make It with Friday and the Choir. That song was dope, but I think he would have benefited from having writers on it. I think he would have benefited from these artists that I named, from having them critique and adjust his writing, just make a little tweaks to it, because again, Will Smith is able to be on par with the flow, but he sounds and just feels so old school. Like, you know what I mean? It just feels like I'm listening to like, still Big Willie and stuff like that. And you know, songs like, and like I said, he's always been a different type of rapper. Like, especially if we look at his last album, Lost and Found, which is 2005. That was a very different album. He had songs like Switch and Party Starter, and I could tell you at the time when they dropped, I was just in a whole different hip hop mindset, so I wasn't feeling them. And those are songs that grew on me as I just got older and became more appreciative of music. However, when he put these Disney songs on them, putting these Disney sounding songs on them and stuff like that, I just wasn't feeling it on this album, and it didn't work. And you know what's crazy? The Will Smith been showcasing his rap skills for like the last couple of years, like ever since COVID. You know what I'm saying? He's been picking it up. So I really expected him to have the involvement of like people like Jordan Lucas and like Big Sean and Tiana Taylor a little bit more on the writing side. I think he would have benefited from that. Particularly with the song "You Can Make It," I think he would have benefited from having Eminem on the song. If you listen to that beat, that sounds like a whole Eminem. Like Eminem should have, he missed that opportunity. That was a great opportunity to have Eminem on there. He didn't take that. So he could have kept Friday and the Choir on there too, but Eminem should have been on that song. I just think, you know what I'm saying, he missed opportunities to get help where he needed help in order to keep it all on par, not just the flow. I think Jaden Smith should have had a verse on Work of Art. I don't know why he missed that. I don't know why. Jaden is nice in a different way. His bars be connecting. He just say different stuff. You just gotta, you know, he's a different type of MC, but he's an MC, and he missed the opportunity to have a verse on there. But yeah, overall though, I believe it's solid. I believe it's a solid album, and you know, it's something that you can listen to, but again, he suffers from the effect of the '90s. I believe, like his almost like what he's talking about and how he's delivering it is not attractive. It's not, you know what I mean, and in that way, you know what I mean. Like even rappers like Nas, you know, who's able to spit and keep that type of refreshing feel when he raps. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel so old school. And you know when Nas and some of these other cats do it, but with Will Smith, it kind of, to me, it felt very much old school, and it felt very much like, okay, he needs to pick it up some. Like I said, his delivery, like I said, his flow is, you know, is on par, but how he's delivering, what he's delivering, the content he's delivering it just feels very much like, you know, like kind of stale and stuff like that. So I think that this suffered from that a lot, and he could have benefited from a lot of help with the writing and everything. But y'all go check it out though. That's all I got. Y'all go check it out. Will Smith, based on a true story. Like I said in the beginning, 5 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you rate it. Let me know if you've heard it, what you think. Maybe some of your favorite songs, maybe your least favorite songs. You know, let me know if you know what you think. Maybe should he do it, you know, come back again. Before I do dip though, I want to say though, I think it would have been a more powerful album if it was shorter. The songs that I said resemble like the musical Disney and something like that, he could have took those out, excluded those, and just left about like so I took like 6 out, 5 out. He could have left like 9. I would have left like 2 skits. Yeah, you know, maybe he could have did like a solid like 7 to 10 songs. He gave us 14, and I think that was one thing too. A little too much. I don't really want to hear 14 tracks from Will Smith. He didn't grab my attention. Even though I listened to it once as a fan and twice, you know, for the purpose of this episode, but still. So yeah, go check it out yourself. Will Smith, based on a true story. I am the youngest father of rap, MC Moeblak. Y'all can go check me out, look me up everywhere. Follow the team. Follow Eric at the Champions Here _ I think that's on TikTok, and that's on IG and Twitter. And follow my guy Cinco at Nick Cinco, TikTok, Twitter, IG, everywhere. And follow me, Bodega Black, IG, Twitter, everywhere. YouTube, MC Moeblak. Holla at me. I definitely will be back with another one soon. Comment, like, share. Peace out, y'all. Love y'all.